If you were to bite off a kneecap, how would it look?
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show. Jeff, joining us again. Jeff, how was your week?
It was good. I'm ready to argue with you today, Adam.
Oh my goodness. Don't even bother, man. That's not going to end well for you. Anyways, welcome back. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We are live on the Woodward Sports app, YouTube, and of course, Twitter. Follow us on all channels. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and download the app if you don't have it, whether it's on Android or iOS. Kennedy, how was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I went to Indianapolis, saw a bunch of my friends from college, so it was nice to catch up with everyone. So I hadn't seen them since graduation. But we have an exciting show because it finally happened. Miggy hit 500, and they're even naming September 24th Miguel Cabrera Celebration Day. So how are you guys feeling about him being the 28th player to join the 500 club?
I'll start this off by saying, first off, it was good to get a win against a good, Toronto Blue Jays team on top of Miggy securing that 500th home run. But would have loved to see it at Comerica Park, though, preferably. Me and Joey joke about getting that ball and selling it on eBay. But, I'm happy for him. I mean, he is the 28th player in MLB history to reach that milestone. And obviously, he's almost at 3,000 career hits. And I think if he hits 3,000, he'll be the only one on that list to have 500 career home runs and a triple crown. So, he's hitting unprecedented territory. So, happy for my guy, Miggy.
28th player in MLB history to join the 500 home run club. I mean,
yeah.
We talk a lot about Miggy, his current contract situation, everything going on, but you just take a step back and you realize that Miguel Cabrera, it was not only a special moment for him, but for the entire city of Detroit and every Detroit Tigers fan. Miggy, four-time batting champion, two-time home run champion, two-time MVP, World Series MVP, World Series champion. Granted, wasn't in Detroit, but still. A remarkable career. He'll be in Cooperstown, guaranteed, years and years from now. But my takeaway over the weekend was, what a career. And it's not often that, especially as a fan, that you're able to watch a young talent grow into the hitter that he grew when he first came here in Detroit from the Marlins. Miguel Cabrera became one of, if not the greatest right-handed hitter in baseball history, depends who you ask. And him hitting 500 wasn't just him joining the 500 club. It was a reminder of just how good this guy was during his prime and his run with the Detroit Tigers. So it was a night that I think Tigers fans needed. Miggy spoke on it prior to the game, after the game, where he just said, I haven't seen Comerica Park that packed and that excited in 4 or 5 years. And it was very difficult for me to go up there and focus, and I really wanted to hit the home run. But he couldn't, obviously. But regardless, he finally did it. And I think you just got to take a step back now. Congratulations, Miguel Cabrera. There's no other words I can even put together for this. It's unbelievable. He needed this for his legacy and a legacy reminder, just of how good he was, and I hope people don't forget, especially here in Detroit, just how good of a hitter Miguel Cabrera was when he was in his prime.
And he's not done. Eddie Murray has 504, and I think he's going to climb and chase him, hopefully, by the end of the season. But
he's chasing 3,000 now. That's the next milestone.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, if he hits 3,000 hits, he's 45 hits away. He'll be one of the only player to have 500 career home runs, triple crown, and 3,000 hits. So, do it, man. Make history.
He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Kennedy, what were your thoughts from Miguel Cabrera's historic weekend?
Well, I was mad I missed it. I was driving, so I didn't even know it happened. And I was really good. I never watched baseball on TV. And leading up to it, I would always have the Tigers games on, which is rare for me because if I'm not in the seat, I really can't sit there and focus. But, it's just such an awesome thing. I'm really happy for him. Like I said, I grew up watching him, so he means a lot to me, and I'm really happy for him. But, yeah, people were going crazy. I know there were people with an app on their phone that gave them an alert every time he was up to bat. That's how special and important this was to people, that they'd get a notification, they'd turn on their TV, and they were ready to watch the game because they didn't care about anything else but this hit. So
You see Dan Dickerson's reaction too? That was great.
Dan Dickerson's call is exactly what you expected it to be when he hit number 500.
Yeah.
It was nothing. There couldn't have been a better way he did it, or he just did it perfectly, and that's what he does. I thought it was amazing. I think, again, we're going to all look back on Miguel Cabrera's career, and we're going to say, wow, we got to watch that for X amount of years. And this is a guy that will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He never took any performance-enhancing drugs. He's really the Albert Pujols 2.0 of his generation. He came a few years after Albert, and Albert was a 40 and 130, 150 machine his first 8-9 years, and then, he slowly, died down. But again, Miggy, this is about Miguel Cabrera, and he deserved that curtain call, and he's been working all his life for that moment. So for everybody at home that got to experience it, I'm so happy for them. And a fun side note on this Miguel Cabrera issue, Kennedy. Guess how I found out he hit number 500?
Oh, gosh, how?
I had just gotten home. I knew the game was on, but I wasn't going to watch it. I was not expecting anything. The moment I turned on my TV, Miguel Cabrera had made contact with the ball.
Oh my Lord. It was meant to be, Adam.
He had made contact, and I watched it literally live come off the bat, and I couldn't process what was happening. My immediate reaction was texting the group, oh my God, he did it. And then I was like, oh wow, that is very lucky. That is great timing. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. I didn't even focus. I didn't even enjoy the moment because I was so confused, because I got on the couch, I turned on the TV, I clicked on Bally Sports, and that's what I saw. I'm like, what just happened? Is that real or is that a playback? So that was my weekend when I saw Miguel Cabrera hit it.
Hey, my girlfriend broke the news to me. We were sleeping on the way back from Tennessee, and she goes, does Miggy have 500 career home runs? I'm like, no, not yet. He's like, he's gonna get it though. She's like, no, he just got it. I'm like, oh, check the phone, boom, got the highlight video already on there. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Girl just did my job better than me. But,
I think how people remember Miguel Cabrera, and again, we'll do this sometime next year again, when he hits number 3,000, and that all but seals his fate in the Hall of Fame in baseball. We're gonna have the same like curtain call feel, like, man, one more time, Mickey, one more time, come out, let's clap it up, and shout out to the Toronto Blue Jays fans.
Oh, they
did a great job giving him a standing ovation. They did a great job giving him the curtain call he deserved. So again, it was a great weekend for every Detroit Tigers fan, or just Detroit sports fans in general. If you support one of the teams, you support the other. So whether you prefer football, hockey, it doesn't matter. There was a special moment that happened over the weekend. I think Dan Dickerson called it perfectly. I think Miguel handled it perfectly. And again, these things happen once in a lifetime. You watch a player hit his 500th home run once. So where you were, you'll remember where you were. You'll remember where you were when you found out that he did it. You'll remember your feeling, you'll remember all of this. And it's a special moment you can't take away. Kennedy, do you have anything else you want to add on Miggy?
No, I just wish I would have saw it live. I'm so bummed about it that I just had to watch it on Twitter.
I think it's one of those things now in today's age is you can always go back on YouTube or Twitter or anywhere else, so you can find a video and you could just watch it and you'll always feel like you watched it live.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, I watched Barry Bonds break the all-time home run record, and there was no YouTube. There was, but it wasn't like, we weren't as technologically advanced as we are now. So like it wasn't a first instinct to go to YouTube or social media. It was, I need to watch it live tonight. So I had to get my homework done, and then I could sit down at 7:15 and watch the game with my dad. So, whether it doesn't matter if you don't watch it live or not, Kennedy. I promise you that's not the memory. The memory is going to be, you're going to remember the swing. You're going to remember what part of the ballpark it went to. You're going to remember your gut feeling, your reaction, and that's that. So Miguel Cabrera, take a bow. Congratulations to every Detroit Tigers fan, the organization, and Miguel Cabrera and his family. When we come back from the break, the Lions played the Pittsburg Steelers over the weekend. We all know what happened. Really a tale of two halves. We'll get into that right after the break.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
Of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. I'm getting so good at that. I messed up again last week, Jeff. You didn't hear it, but the Woodward was an issue again. So I'm getting there. So yeah, this preseason game was rough, to put it nicely, I think. So I don't even think the score necessarily reflects how ugly it looked. So what did you guys think of the team's performance?
Well, as the official Detroit Lions jackass of not only the network but of the city of Detroit, I will say that was pretty damn bad. That was pretty embarrassing. The Lions got their teeth kicked in, basically. It was a pretty bad, pathetic first half performance. If you put up it was a tale of two halves. I said it going into the break before we even talked about this. It was literally a tale of two halves. There was nothing you could do. The Lions came out pedestrian, penalty after penalty after penalty, shot themselves in the foot. 4 drives, 4 punts. Here we go. I'll read it off. 65 total yards, 20 points allowed, 4 drives, 4 punts, 6 penalties. Defense, not good. Offense, even worse. And the defense was pretty bad in the first half. But look at the second half. Yes, the Steelers put all their second and third stringers out, people who are likely to get cut. But the offense got some momentum. 3 consecutive scoring drives. The energy was contagious. Obviously, Dan Campbell came out right before the third quarter started and said we needed to come out with more energy. He spoke to Danny Rodgers, and what do you know? The Lions really they got a shot in the arm. So it looked much better. The defense looked better. I saw individual play that really not disappointed me, but told me everything I need to know about certain players. And then 2, it told me a lot about players that maybe we didn't expect to be good this early.
Right.
So my takeaway initially was the Steelers came out with a game plan. They put out their ones. All right, you had half of your ones and half of your twos for the Detroit Lions. Okuda got beat on another deep route. It's very frustrating to see. But, again, preseason, no need for too much of a dive into this. I'm not going to sit here and rip the team for a preseason game, but that was pretty bad. And I will say that was pathetic. I've seen now 6 quarters from Dan Campbell and that coaching staff that make me want to vomit. All 4 quarters against the Buffalo Bills and the first 2 quarters against the Pittsburg Steelers. The last 2, I will say good, impressed. Granted, against second and third string and people who are going to be cut and put on the practice squad. But regardless, Jeff, your takeaways.
Listen, I won't overreact. I'm not going to go too much at you, Adam, because you are, saying some things that are true. The only thing I'll just say this: the Steelers played Ben Roethlisberger and most of their starters deep in that first half. So if you look at it from that perspective, the Lions resting 14 of their most important players, and we're not even a very good football team. So with that being said, listen, the defense and the offense, we both go back and forth, which is going to be the strength, but we both are very, self-aware, especially with the Detroit Lions, that they're going to be bottom of the league. And if you rest all your important players besides Okuda, who we'll get to in a second on a play I want to talk about with Najee Harris, but they can't tackle to save their life. This linebacker core, secondary showed some flashes, but I'm just going to get into the Najee Harris play because I got to bring it up. The dump off Ben Roethlisberger had to Najee, which he turned into 25-30 yards, starting with Tavai. He decided not to secure the tackle early. I don't know. He tried to cut him off near the sideline, and he paid for it. Najee gained an extra 15 yards before breaking Okuda's ankles along the way. So plays like that. Revis may have been missed some tackles. Like it's a lot of a lot of the time you're watching this football team and you're just concussed. The players out there look disoriented, but what are you going to do? I mean, It's hard. I mean, they converted 53% of the third downs. They were obviously Ben Roethlisberger, Mason Rudolph. They looked on point. The only really positive was that David Blau coming in late and leading us to 3 late scoring drives. That's the only thing really that came about this game.
Yeah, but I take Blau's performance with a pinch of salt. It
Right,
was against
I'm just saying
a bunch of people who will be cut.
Yeah.
Come next week. Like, this is just the reality of the preseason. Yeah, David Blau led a very good 3 consecutive scoring drives. Very happy about that. Run game looked very good. I think the run game was actually the only bright spot, given that none of the feature backs were playing. Having said that, Jelani Tavai, we're going to address later on what his future looks like in Detroit.
We got a lot to say
He
about
was
that.
not the only one. There were plenty of players that missed opportunities to showcase their skill set. There are a lot of people that were on the edge of, am I going to make the roster? Am I not going to make the roster? That just didn't perform. And then there's your standard rookies that you drafted. Amon-Ra St. Brown, all I hear is Golden Tate. He's the next Golden Tate. Like, chill out. Chill out. The guy needs to develop. He needs probably 2-3 years before he turns into anything like that. He's not going to burst onto the scene, go for 1,100 yards. It's just not going to happen. So, you know, if I wanted to, I could point out every single disappointment I had from this weekend's game. You were down 20-0 at halftime. Mm-hmm. You won the second half 20-6, which was great. Sure, but again, you know, I learned what I needed to in the first 2 quarters. Team still makes penalties. Still commits horrible mental mistakes. Just, you can't excuse mental mistakes. That's on coaching. The offensive line looked rough. Defensive line,
but those
flashes.
guys were resting most of that offensive line. It was all like 2s and 3s.
I know, but still,
I get you though.
Still, you can't put out that bad of a product in the first half. Again, if that's just what the Steelers were doing with half of their game plan to you, what do you think the other NFL teams are going to do to you throughout the season, even with your starters? You had the 32nd ranked defense last year. You didn't improve significantly. Will your schematics improve? Are the players going to improve slightly year to year? Ideally, yeah. That's common sense. But that looked rough. That looked rough. And as easy as it is for me to say how bad the Lions are, you know, that first half wasn't pretty. I'm glad they showed up. It showed character. It showed kind of the Dan Campbell presence. I think there are a lot of coaches where down 20-0, they just run the ball. That game probably finishes 23-6, 23-13. They don't put together 3 scoring touchdown drives. I think that was very impressive. Special teams, I was super impressed with.
Yeah, Jack Fox, baby.
There you go, Jack Fox, unbelievable. Clearly a top punter in the NFL. That is a weapon. If you don't believe punters are weapons, go ask the Raiders back in the day, having Janikowski and Leckler, how amazing and how convenient it is to have that kind of a special teams unit. So, you know, I could take the positives if I want to, but that was pretty awful. That was pretty awful, honestly. I don't know. I think there's a lot of holes that this team has. I'm not going to entertain that they're going to be a winning football team. If anything, Saturday kind of just, you know, come to the side. Come on. I'm not going to be mad at you. You can come to this side. Everything's going to be A-okay. This team will win maybe 3, 4, 5 games. We're all going to be kumbaya.
I don't get why people
you're going to have a top draft pick.
Can still think that, because you look at the Bills game, we had, you know, those starters play.
Josh Allen didn't play.
I know Allen didn't play, but
look what happened when a starting quarterback in the NFL showed up against the Lions.
It was still a disappointment. Now this week you're resting 14 of your best players. What do you think's going to happen as a Lions fan? I knew what was going to happen. The Pittsburg Steelers are playing Ben Roethlisberger, and he looked like 2009 when he won a Super Bowl. I mean, the guy was throwing dots. So it is what it is.
There's nothing to take away. Tavai got himself cut with 1 play. It's coming. I feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him. Seems like a good dude. I don't care. I don't care. It's not about nice guys. Adham, I retreat. The 10-7 train is a ghost train. Lions 4-13. Welcome, Mike. Clap it up for Mike. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the train. Welcome to the reality train. I don't remember Zaire Alexander needing years to develop. You know what? To be fair, there are the anomalies. All right, Detroit Rage. So I will give you that. There are players that just step into the league and show greatness. Give credit to coaches for turning it around. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the adjustments. Give them credit.
Well, not even adjustments. They went against the bottom of the Steelers roster. But I appreciated Dan Campbell's honesty at halftime. going into halftime and coming out of halftime. I really liked it. I think, all right, you know what? They're going to come out with energy. And, if they didn't get 3 consecutive touchdown drives, I would have had the same opinion I have today. I didn't need to see that. That is not important to me. Jeff Okuda needs to continue to develop as an open field tackler.
Barnes needs to play more.
He needs to develop his pass coverage, man-to-man end zone. Barnes needs to play more, and we'll get to Barnes and how his future affects some other bum's future that's on this team. So we'll get to that later. When we get back, interesting fan engagement over the weekend. I wasn't surprised. I kind of missed this aspect of football. We'll get to that right after the break.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back, everyone. I don't know what Adam's talking about, that he missed this aspect of football, because I don't even think it's an aspect of football. I blame people coming out post-COVID and not knowing how to act in public, because fights at games were like kind of rare, right, before COVID, and now everyone's fighting. Baseball games, basketball games, football games, it doesn't matter where you are, there's a fight, and it's just ridiculous. There was even one at Comerica the other week that I saw on Twitter, and I was like, what are we doing? Come on, Detroit, what are we doing? But anyway, that being said, this clip went pretty viral. It was everywhere, and it was like this lady and either her husband or her boyfriend, and basically the chick slaps this other fan across the face. I don't know what I don't know what was going on before, because the video starts with her slapping him across the face. And then obviously her man has to now stand up for her because she slapped him across the face.
She dragged him in, yeah.
And the dude punches him, or her, punches her in the face, and then he has to get involved, and then he starts punching her boyfriend in the face. Her boyfriend gets put to sleep. Oh, yeah, here it is.
You want to break this down. She's yelling.
She's yelling.
And she's like yelling at him, don't touch me. He's not touching her.
And it's important to add this.
Yeah. She smacks him.
It's important to add this, Adam. He did say...
My guy.
What?
That's my guy right there. My guy was gonna give her one of these. My guy was gonna give her one of these. He had self-control. He went after the dude. I respect that. Then she came back again, and he set him straight. I'll be honest. She had it coming.
She did.
She had it coming, and I believe I'm all for equal rights, and women should get paid the same as men, and women should be treated the same in a workplace and all that shit. I'm all for that. But if you believe in all that stuff, you should also believe she deserved to catch those hands.
Oh, listen. I was raised never to put my hands on a woman, but if a woman slaps me across the face, after I watched the video, by the way, he did say, don't touch me. He told her multiple times, don't touch me, and she slapped him in the face. So, poor, I feel bad for the boyfriend, because he obviously didn't want that smoke.
What kind of boyfriend
he didn't want that smoke. He got dragged in. Look at, he's like, oh, don't want that smoke.
But the second it gets physical, he gets up.
He gets knocked out.
What the hell? What are you doing as a boyfriend/husband, whatever the hell he is? What are you doing? And your wife is in a verbal altercation. You're just sitting there like, yeah, you get him, honey. You got him.
No.
You got him, honey.
If that were me, if I were that boyfriend and my significant other starts acting an absolute fool in public, you're on your own. I'm walking. I'm finding another seat.
No,
you're gonna pull
that person
for no reason.
If my wife tried getting into an altercation that I know damn well I'm going to have to get involved with, I'm going to pull her. I'm be like, no, honey. You're going to sit down because I'm not getting into a fight. I'm here to watch the game. Shut your ass up and get your shit together. All right? That's what a normal partner does, whether it's the guy or the woman. It's, hey, we're not here to get into a fight. We're here to enjoy the game. What are you doing?
I feel you.
Why are you embarrassing us? Again. I read so many comments over the weekend that had me dying laughing. One of my favorites was, his hands are rated E for everyone. And my God, I couldn't agree more. Like, they both deserve to get knocked out. I felt like I was watching The Art of Combat.
Why do you think the guy deserved to get knocked
out?
Both of them did. Kidding
Both of them did, because he got up. He could have prevented that situation by telling his wife or girlfriend, whatever she is, hey, shut up, What are you doing?
Adham.
He can kick my ass, let alone your ass. So what are we doing here? Do you just want us to get into a fight, honey? Is that why we came to the game? No, we came to enjoy the game. So again,
let me say this.
She deserved to catch every single part of those hands.
Adam, imagine, okay, let's say you do pull your wife away, and let's say she gives him like a little push or whatever. He pushes her back. Like, are you still... the guy's coming in there to be like, listen, can we just chill out? And he gets put to sleep.
He could have...
So that's the trade-off he had to go through.
Again, he had it coming.
I mean,
he could have prevented the situation. He sat there, watched this lady, whatever she is to him. He watched her put her hands on this gentleman that he has no idea who he is. She has no idea who he is. Put her hands on him. He told her multiple times, "Do not touch me." She gives him a cold cut smack across the face. That is so disrespectful. So I'm sorry. She had every part of those hands coming. I am all for equality, so I'm going to take my stand now and say that if we're going to live in a society where everybody needs to be treated equal, when this happens, don't come running at him like, Adam, what the hell was that? That's all I'm saying.
Shout out to Mike G in the chat. He said that dude hits harder than Lions linebackers. So you know what?
No, that's disrespectful. There's Derek Barnes, but okay, Derek Barnes I appreciate the comment though.
But again, to reiterate it has to do with number one, people not being in sporting events for the last year, but adding alcohol onto that, and they don't know how to act. I don't know why you'd slap a man and expect nothing to happen.
Kennedy, what'd you expect to happen?
I don't know what.
I was just so proud of the guy for having as much restraint as he did initially, because I would have fought her right there. I don't have the time. He had the time to think about it.
No, I think he made the right decision. Again, he was ready. He was ready. He had his fists closed. He was like, I was gonna give her one. But nope. He held back. Wait for it. She smacks him. It's coming up. He's like, oh, wait, man, you know what? No, I'm not going to hit a woman. All right, dude, you're going to touch me. I'm going to hit you. So she hit him again, and then he went on at her. So, he gave her multiple chances.
Right.
So I'm just saying it's unfortunate that she wasn't knocked out cold and the other dude was. That's the sad part of the story for me. She should have been put to sleep just as much as that dude did.
See, this is where I don't know where I stand because, okay, she slapped him across the face, and a slap isn't gonna put you out, right? But a punch will. So should he have slapped her back, or would there have been comments because girls slap and guys don't slap?
No, if Adam slapped me on the street, I'm punching him. There's no
if you slap anybody, you deserve to get punched.
Right.
You don't put your hands on someone unless you expect those hands to come right back at you. You should know very well that if you put your hands on another person that you have no involvement, you have no idea who they are. If you put your hands on them in an aggressive way, those hands are coming right back at you in an aggressive way. So, again, poor judgment, whether alcohol was related to it or not, I don't care. All I know is that I'm very sad. I woke up very sad this morning. She should have been knocked out. She should have been knocked out. Okay. And that, frustrates me.
No,
somebody had to teach her a lesson. Why does that dude... Although he deserved it because he didn't... I don't even know if that's her partner or not. If it is, he deserved to get knocked out. If it isn't, he was just a bystander who was like, yo, this is escalating. No, let's not do this. Then I kind of feel bad for him because, she should have been put to sleep. I'm just sorry.
Maybe she deserves the two-piece nugget without the fry, but listen, you can't be throwing hands at women at games. Okay,
yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, and you should.
Adam, listen. I liked what he did. The restraint, he pushed her, and then the dude got up. He's like, all right, someone I can swing at. Let's get it.
He gave her a chance. He gave her one of these. He was like, don't make me do it, woman.
And I respect that.
And then he looked at the dude. He's like, I'm going to give it to you. All right? He looked at him. He's like, you're going to get this now because of her. Then she decided to throw hands again at him. I'm really sad. I woke up today, and I really thought about this. I live in a world where a bystander gets... cold cut knocked out for something he didn't escalate. He didn't start. And then the one who escalated and started it walks away with no CTE, no brain damage, nothing. What the hell are we doing here? Why isn't she out cold falling down the steps? God damn it, guys. What are we doing at games now?
Dude,
where's the America I know?
The America I know. All right,
God, man.
Listen, it all goes back to Pittsburg Steelers fans got too bored. All right, there was an ass whooping going on, and they resulted to, alcoholic drinks and fighting. So you know what?
We've seen it earlier. The Aaron Donald situation. The dude wearing the Aaron Donald jersey.
That was that dude 1v5.
The MVP of that was the guy behind him who kicked him into the pile. People forget. He was fighting 4 people, and then when he leaned over and lost his balance, there was a dude behind him who gave him one of those.
So you're saying there should have been one of those dudes for the girl?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Somebody needs to come out and cold clock her from behind. I'm just saying, you know, what do I know? But I'm just saying, when you put your hands on another person, like, what do you expect? I'm not trying to encourage violence, but I kind of am at this point. Like, if we're gonna live in a society where we have to promote all this stuff, and like, I'm all for it. It's great. Like, whatever. Jeff, you deserve to do whatever you want. Kennedy deserves. That's great. I love that we live in a world like that. But I would also like to live in a world where there are consequences for your actions. So if you want to throw hands at me, don't pull the "oh my God, I'm a girl" card, because you decided to not only smack me. I gave you a warning. I need my camera. What is this Jalen Green shit? I gave you one of these. I told you, hey, I could do this if I wanted to, and I backed away and I turned my attention to some dude I have no idea who he is.
I really hope they're
while
together.
I'm focused on this gentleman, you decide to throw a two-piece at me and another smack. Lady, again, I woke up so sad. How was she not knocked out? What kind of society are we living in?
In the beginning of the video, she told her husband to shut the F up, too. Like, she was going off on everybody.
I don't know which one is her husband.
Maybe they're neither.
Maybe she's the husband. I don't know. What the hell is going on here?
You don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if that dude that got knocked out is not her husband, like, if he was really a bystander trying to break it up, I actually feel really
I think he should file a lawsuit if it's a bystander.
Yeah.
And if it's the husband/boyfriend, you know, again, like, I can't tell people what to do with their lives. You know, I'm not Dr. Phil, but I'm going to try to be Dr. Adham right now.
Oh, no.
If your significant other puts you in that kind of a situation, and that happens to you, man or woman, you should probably consider breaking up or a divorce. That for me is a red line. I did not bring you to a game for you to get my ass kicked because you have a big mouth. And that's the truth. Why do I have to get punished because you're drunk and you have a big mouth? Why? How does that affect my life? Why? Why do I got to get a cold turkey? Why do I got to get clocked in the face multiple times? I got to fall over, I got to go viral on Twitter and Instagram because you're a big mouth. What did I do? I bought the tickets. I wanted to go to the game. I wanted to take you out. I wanted to get you a hot pretzel with some cheese, popcorn,
some cheese.
You know, if you're like Isaac, you like sausage, anything. Why do I have to be in a verbal and now physical altercation because you have a big mouth? And you decided it was a great idea to put your hands on a guy you know could could kick your ass, and he could cook you. Like, what are we doing?
That's just the, you know, especially now. She'll learn. She learned now, but
it's too late. No, listen. She didn't learn. Nobody clocked her up. She wasn't knocked out.
There was no way she thought after I slapped this man, he's going to do anything about it. Like, I don't know if she thought slapping him, he would just be like, oh, okay, I got slapped. Like, no,
that man should run for president. That, in my opinion, is an ideal presidential candidate. Someone who stands up for what this country believes in.
I still think Sons and Four guy, more deserving candidate.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Especially the way they lost, going up 2-0, then lost 4 straight.
Hey, but he 1v2 with those boys.
4 straight for you.
He 1v2 with those
boys. Whatever. All I know is that in America, we took a step back this morning.
Oh my God.
We took a step back as a
so
country.
dramatic.
I'm telling you, I'm not being dramatic. This is the truth. We took a huge step back. The fact that man walked away with potential brain injuries because he got knocked out, and that woman didn't get knocked out, it's very frustrating for me. For me, it's a sad day for America.
So you're just upset the wrong person got knocked out. That's what I'm you're saying.
No, they both deserve to get knocked out, really, at the end of the day. For putting his hands on him, he should have restrained the woman. When there's an altercation, you don't go for the guy who can kick your ass. You go for the person that's getting their ass kicked or could get their ass kicked, because that's the easy one. That's the one who's probably not going to hurt you. You're going after the guy that literally closed his fist and is ready to. I'm sorry, Kennedy. If I take you to a Tigers game and you do that, I might punch you in the face. I'm not gonna lie.
I know you would punch me in the face.
No. If I was the guy sitting behind you and you were getting into a verbal altercation, I would apologize to him and I give you one of these. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
Is that too much?
No, it's fine.
I feel like again.
You know I'm passive anyway. I'm such a. I would.
It's not about that. It's just, again, I feel like we took a step back over the weekend.
It's how you are when you get
very
alcohol in you.
disappointed.
And Adam, I don't listen. Women need to chill out, or men. Yeah, too.
Hey.
If you're drinking, don't get swung at. It's not good.
It's about chilling out. Again,
just enjoy the game.
We took a massive step back, but I'm gonna get over it. I hope this country moves forward, and I wanna meet this gentleman. I want to bring him on the show.
Just want to meet him.
And I want to discuss him potentially running for president. So anyways, we got to go to break. When we get back, PFF came out with their individual rankings over the weekend from the Lions-Steelers game. We're going to break down the individuals who shined and those who didn't shine right after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. All right, so let's just say the people at PFF are so brave, okay? They had to rewatch this game so that they could rank every single player on the Lions roster. I mean, it wasn't good, it wasn't pretty, and they had to literally sit there and rewatch all the footage. I couldn't imagine. So, Adam, what do you think about all this?
Well, we can kind of start with the ratings. AJ Parker shined the rookie corner 90.8. We also saw Levi get a 90.5, and of course Derek Barnes topped it at a 90. I don't want to start with the great players first. I don't want to start with the great performances. I want to identify who was really bad. We'll start with outside linebacker Austin Bryant. His PFF rating was a 29.9. That was very disappointing. Again, you're looking for somebody from this linebacking core to step up. Week 2 against the Steelers in the preseason, it was Derek Barnes. A very good sighting from Derek Barnes, very promising. Really, I haven't seen a linebacker play that well in preseason. I want to date back since really Wagner from Seattle. It's been a minute. It's been Patrick Queen maybe.
Make that immediate impact.
So, we'll see what happens there. Penei Sewell. We're going to discuss Penei Sewell and whether or not the Lions made the right decision later on in the show. But Penei Sewell showed out with a 35.7 PFF rating. I want to put that into perspective. Last year, Tavai's rating was 32.7 over the whole season. Just to put into context
that was this week, right?
How bad Penei Sewell was this week.
Okay.
And then, of course, the fan favorite, the person that we all love and endear to, Jelani Tavai, a 37.6. This guy couldn't make a tackle if his life depended on it. Detroit Lions, I'm telling you right now, he needs to be cut by 10:01 this morning. It's that simple. And we're going to talk about whether or not it's the right move or how it affects the salary cap, or do you want to invest and throw away a second-round pick? We'll get to that later. But that was appalling from all three of these guys. Penei Sewell looked out of his element. And again, you don't have to jump the gun on a rookie tackle, a rookie guard. But it doesn't help their confidence when they play that bad. That is back-to-back weeks. Penei Sewell has gotten beaten multiple times.
It doesn't help either. He hit the wrong position. He's at right tackle, and he played left tackle his whole life. So he's adjusting to a new position, and he hasn't played football since his sophomore year in college. So he's a year out. So it's and he didn't have any of his offensive line his guys this week. No Ragnow, no Decker, half those guys. So I don't know. I get it, but hopefully we're going to see it trend upwards because you don't want to see it trend downwards, obviously.
Yeah, with Sewell, there's no need for an overreaction Monday on Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
He's a rookie tackle playing in a different position.
Yeah.
He's learning the new system. He didn't go out with the number ones totally on the offense. I get it, but I'm evaluating the individual performance. I'm not going to slate him. I'm not going to call him a bust. But it was really bad.
Yeah.
And if we can just acknowledge that, then we can move on and say, all right, how is he going to grow from here? But if we're not going to say, if we're scared to acknowledge just how bad he was, I can't help anybody. If you don't understand how bad Penei Sewell was over these last 2 games, you have a problem. He was bad. Now, I'm not saying you have to cut him. Oh, my goodness. No, it's not an overreaction. He's had a bad 2 games. He needs to get better every single game. That's his goal for the season.
Yeah.
I want to improve week to week. I want to get better understanding pass protection. I want to understand my role more. I want to understand what kind of blitzes I'll be reading coming off the snap. I want to be able to make more of an impact on the run game, the pass game. These are things you develop throughout the season, and I'm not going to harp on the guy. He's a rookie tackle. What rookie outside of Jonathan Ogden came in the league and just destroyed the league?
Right.
You had your Zach Martins, you had your Tyron Smiths, sure. but not to that level. Like, I'm going to give Penei Sewell the benefit of the doubt. You have to. He's the number 7 overall pick. You don't have a choice. But, Jeff, the guys who performed, Austin Bryant, Penei Sewell, Tavai, give me your thoughts.
It's nice to see Austin Bryant up there. Last year, he didn't really see the field a lot. He was injured constantly. But to go on Sewell is, I'll start with this. Last week, it's hard to give him a pass because the starters did play, and he got beat by a rookie in Gregory Rousseau, who is talented, but it shouldn't happen, man. I mean, he's switching positions to right tackle, but you want to see him, lock those mistakes up, which he will once the season comes. But it's not why the Lions drafted him because of his upside, his athleticism. He's quick on his feet. I mean, he's going to make those simple mistakes, which I'm hoping he will correct come week 3. But so far, it's sad to see him that low of a PFF rating because Jelani Tavai, I mean, you can't question that, man. The guy is horrible and horrid. The fact that the Lions are still evaluating him after bad week after bad week, it just blows my mind. Penei Sewell, on the other hand, I'm hoping, once the season gets started, I thought it was a bad idea to begin with that you're moving him to right tackle. The guy is so talented, and you're going to keep Taylor Decker there, who, I mean, had one good year last year. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I understand right tackle's easier, but it's different position. It's different. You're working with you can ask him yourself. There's plenty of interviews on it. He's learning a whole new position. You could say it's easier, but you're not on the field taking reps. So
again, I think if you look at Austin Bryant's performance, let's use him. Like, was he out of this world bad? No, you didn't catch it on screen. But if you go back and watch every snap he played, blown coverage.
Yeah, Austin Bryant.
Not filling the gaps on run plays. Leaving open gaps for Najee Harris or whoever it may be to run through. His drop step in zone coverage was awful. He didn't play well. Like, I don't want to overanalyze PFF ratings. The point is, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And you don't expect that out of Penei. You don't expect that out of Austin Bryant. You expect it out of Tavai, but that's a different conversation. But let's talk about the players that did show up.
Right, let's do it.
All right, let's start with A.J. Brown, rookie corner. We talk about the secondary. It needs work. It needs time to develop. You have Okuda. You have you're not sure at safety if you're set long term, but you have enough. The secondary will just improve based off of common sense. They were really bad last year. There's no way but up from where they were. But A.J. Brown balled out. Great in the open field. Great in the open field when it came to tackling. I was very impressed.
Yeah, you want to see lights like that in the secondary. I mean, with Warrior, you got Iffy. Now you got AJ Parker coming in playing his butt off, and him and Derek Barnes both made some plays. I think Derek Barnes almost had an interception. They were just all over the field, so it's good to see, especially the secondary top of that PFF rankings because. That linebacker core and that secondary is what we're paying attention to, and we want to improve throughout the year. So, cheers to AJ Parker. I think he'll make the roster. I think he's got a great shot, obviously. So,
I don't know why I kept saying Brown. My bad.
No, you're fine. It's natural. You're saying Brown.
AJ Brown is the more relevant receiver out in Tennessee. But yeah, no, AJ Parker showed out. Good for him. Now we move to the defensive line. Levi played a good game.
Mm-hmm.
He was a menace. Filled gaps and holes. On the run game. Like it. I like it a lot. All right. Good pressure on the quarterback. Again, we're looking for those little things that you can build on during a season. Derek Barnes definitely stepping up. I mean, we talked about Derek Barnes for the last 3 weeks, Jeff.
Right.
And how important he could be in the future for Detroit. And why we believed that he was the future at linebacker over Tavai. And he's proven it. He's proven it in the preseason. And I think he's made a damn good run for his money to vie for the starting position. That's just my opinion. Whether or not you want to throw out a fourth round pick at linebacker to start, what do you have to lose? You want to throw out Tavai, you know what you're going to get. Missed tackles, missed coverage. Barnes almost had an interception. And he played it perfectly in the red zone. Mm-hmm. He drop stepped to his left. The quarterback's last eye engagement with Derek Barnes was him moving to the quarterback's right. He turned his attention to the left. Barnes kept his eyes on the quarterback like you should do in coverage. He slowly pivoted to the right, and he put himself in a position to make a play. He dropped the interception, but still. Those are the things you're looking for. Are you in a position to make the tackle? Are you in the position to fill a gap? Are you missing your assignments? Are you putting pressure on the quarterback? When I tell you to go blitz, are you making an impact, or was it a waste of a blitz and now we left ourselves exposed in the back? Like, these are the things you look for when you're coaching. And again, Levi, for me, and Derek Barnes had the better game. I think AJ Parker was just really good in the open field. Good coverage. The Steelers weren't as aggressive as they were in the first half downfield. So I take that rating with a pinch of salt. But it's nice to see. You like to see people get recognized for good performances. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree. If you see Levi, every time he was on the field, it seemed like he was in the backfield. He was getting after the quarterback. So, and that was the thing of him coming out of Washington. And, his ability to generate a pass rush, get after the quarterback, and then he got Aleem McNeil, the run stopper. So it's a great pairing. I can't wait to watch these guys come this season. And that's how the Lions wanted it. They started in the trenches, and they got it.
I've been a huge advocate, or if advocate is even the right word, of my frustration and disgust with taking Jeff Okuda number 3 overall. In my lifetime, Champ Bailey went 7. Deion Sanders went 5. And the Detroit Lions took a corner at 3. Take a bow. Regardless, you need Jeff Okuda to turn out to be very, very good, if not a great corner in this league, or it was a waste of a number 3 overall pick, and it sets your franchise back on another 2-3 years. Having said that, Okuda got beat on a deep route early. He didn't do anything that really jumped out on the screen to me. And when you're watching players at the position that Okuda plays, how do you identify them? Are they standing out? Is the team willing to challenge them on that side of the ball? And no team is scared of Jeff Okuda right now, nor should they be. And that is a very frustrating thing for me, especially to those who believe the Lions are actually going to be good this year. That's what hurts me. Is I'm willing to jump on board and say Brad Holmes is doing a very good job. I'm willing to jump on that train and say that in 2 to 3 years, given the moves continue to go in the right direction, this could be a very good team. Could be a very good team. But I'm not going to sit here and entertain that product that you saw over the first 2 preseason games is good enough to win 10 football games, let alone 7 or 8 in the NFL. Sorry, can't do it.
Yeah, and bonehead picks. I mean, listen, I love Jeff Okuda. It's got the same name as me, but you can't argue that was a good pick. You can't. I mean, there's Isaiah Simmons went 4 picks after him, and you saw him in his rookie year. He played tremendously well.
Isaiah Simmons,
yes,
also has versatility. To your point,
yeah.
Isaiah Simmons can line up at safety, corner, or linebacker, and they still took him 7th.
Yeah.
Again, I could blame the GM. You're right. I really could blame the GM, Shad. That is the easy thing to do. But you know what? Well, here we are in this situation. That kid, Okuda, needs to play and ball out. Because, you know what? He does have a number 3 price tag on his name. Sorry, he does. Not my fault. I didn't draft Jeff Okuda. So I actually have every right to sit up here and say it was a horrible pick, and that he probably will never live up to it unless he's a first ballot Hall of Fame corner. Like, that's just the reality of taking a corner at number 3. Unless you're getting prime Charles Woodson, unless you're getting literally prime Deion Sanders, or you're getting a Champ Bailey. What are we doing?
And people make the Slay comparison. It's like, dude, if you're taking 3 overall,
Slay was a third round pick.
I know. That's what I'm about to say. If you're taking 3rd overall, you don't have 3 years to develop. You should make an impact year 1. Like number 5 overall Deion Sanders, like guys like that. You know what I mean?
We can admit, like that comment on the screen from Benjamin. I think we should admit it was the wrong pick. But we're past that now. All right, move on.
We're a setback, but
that you made the wrong decision with the ownership you had at the time and the front office you had. Wrong decision. All right, move on. Jeff Okuda, I need you to develop into a top 8 corner. Hell, top 5. Give me top 5. I really need you to be a number 1, or you're holding back this team from contending in the next 2 to 3 years. It's that simple. And that's where we're at with the Jeff Okuda project. When we come back from the break, it is time for Overreaction Monday. This is a new segment. We're going to start here. I'm kind of excited about this, especially heading into the football season. Overreaction Monday. I can't wait to hear your guys' overreactions. But before we get to the break, Jeff, why don't you tell everybody about our friends at Northwestern Tech?
I'll tell you about something that's not an overreaction. Northwestern Tech started a new career in an industry that is essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back, everyone. You are watching the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. So like Adam teased, we are starting a new segment today called Overreaction Monday. You might not be that surprised that Adam made this one up. But that being said, I'm very excited to hear about what caught your attention this weekend. Jeff, let's start with you.
All right. So we just got done talking about Penny and his disappointment the first 2 weeks, but the Bengals are my overreaction Monday because they messed up drafting Jamar Chase. Because if you look at the first 2 preseason games, he showed us absolutely nothing. 1 catch for 16 yards in an awesome debut. Follow that up with 3 targets, 3 drops, and no catches the next week. And I understand Joe Burrow hasn't played, but let me just compare the players, should I? So the Bengals passed on him. They needed an offensive lineman. They decided to pair Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase up, trying to make a awesome duo, but they seem to forget that if you don't have time to throw the football, receivers are pretty much pointless because they can't get open. They don't have enough time to get open. So let me just say this: Sewell changed his position to right tackle. He's learning it, and he hasn't played in the last year because of COVID-19. He took his junior year off of college. He is adjusting to the NFL, and I would still be more happy with his performances over Jamar Chase because I don't know what their thinking was when they took him or the decision that Joe Burrow coming off an ACL injury would need a wide receiver. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I know this. Come the first 5 weeks of the NFL season, or even the first season we'll give it, the Bengals are going to be regretting they took Jamar Chase instead of Sewell or Rashawn Slater for that matter. Those two, they're going to be hard on themselves, man. And that's my overreaction Monday.
Kennedy, what's your overreaction Monday?
Okay, so I do this a lot. I get bored. I find myself on TikTok. They give me some conspiracy, and then I have to, really overanalyze it and go crazy. So my overreaction is that I'm going to sound like Maz, but OJ did not do it. Listen.
That's what you took away from this weekend?
Yes. Stop. Listen. Okay. You all need to look this up after the show, obviously. Don't log off. So I was on TikTok, and these people that work with...
Okay, first of all, you were on TikTok.
No,
all right, continue.
listen, the internet doesn't lie.
Now that I know. Continue.
The internet doesn't lie. Anyway, OJ did not do it. The glove didn't fit because it was not him. It was his son. Listen to this. It is crazy. OJ's son was a nut job, and I had no idea. They never talked about this. I've watched all the OJ documentaries. Not once have they brought up OJ's nut job of a son. He had a girlfriend where he literally chopped off her hair when he got mad at her. Hello, psychopath. He had literally attacked one of OJ's girlfriends in the past. OJ got him the best defense lawyer even when he wasn't being looked at for this murder case because OJ knew and never once threw his son under the bus. And now I feel bad because I thought everyone was nuts that saying OJ didn't do it, but now I really think it was his son and not OJ.
Okay, first of all,
Adam, what's your reaction to that? Let me just hear that.
I don't even know where to start with you, Kennedy. Well, you weren't even born when OJ committed the crime. So let's start there, correct? All right.
But I've watched all the documentaries.
Wow. That's great. I watched so many animal documentaries. I am a certified climate change biologist. I know everything about climate change. Kennedy, first of all, who gives a shit about the sun? Second of all, how old was he when it happened?
Old enough to murder someone.
To murder a grown man and a woman. And then his father coming out with a book. If I did it. Here's how I do it. Are you kidding me? OJ did it. This is a joke. Why was he running from the cops?
Then why did OJ say
hours and hours and hours and
in
hours?
the Bronco, yeah.
threatened to kill himself. Why'd he do all of this if he didn't do it? Now, back in the
Protecting
day...
his son.
No, not protecting his son. Back in the day, we weren't as advanced with anything when it came to solving criminal cases. Right now, if OJ did the same crime today...
He'd be acquitted.
He would be... What?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
He would be guilty in less than 24 hours, Kennedy.
Yes, he would.
And again,
yeah.
national media coverage. There was so much that went into this. It was really a dividing thing in the nation at the time. So whether you believed he did or didn't do it, really left you like on either side of the spectrum, where it was like, no, you're racist, or hey, no, like, you're not paying attention to the facts. He clearly did it. Like, it was a very divisive situation. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to listen to you tell me that because you watched something on TikTok that OJ Simpson didn't do it.
They're people that work with OJ's other kids that say, I think my brother did it.
How convenient is it that OJ, they were at the dinner, the manager dropped off the glasses at the house, and it just so happened that OJ wasn't there, or that his son was there and he saw them, and he, come on.
There's too many red flags.
This is not even an overreaction. This is just like...
Stop.
Like... Is Jeff a man or a woman?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't looked.
Jeff, can you give a physical demonstration? He's a dude.
I'm a dude.
He is a dude.
I'm a dude.
He is a dude. There's no like... I saw something on TikTok. Jeff might be a woman. God.
No.
Do you have any other overreaction outside of OJ?
No, that was
Nothing.
it.
That was your takeaway from this weekend. Miggy hit 500. The Lions lost a preseason game, and that's what you came up with. OJ Simpson. Stellar work.
You just had so much fun talking about it, so I don't want to hear it.
Mike is 2 for 2. He just said OJ has better cover skills than Okuda. All right, I gotta stop there. We got to, you know what? It's too many Lions memes with these guys.
I bet Okuda should try on the glove then and try catching a ball with that. Anyways, my overreaction Monday. I have a few of them. I'm gonna start with my favorite, and I'm sorry, people, but I just have to say.
Here we go.
How I think. Overreaction Monday. The Lions will be lucky to win more than 2 games this football season. 0-17 is a possibility. If you're a betting person, I would definitely put $10. I think $10 on the Lions winning. I think it's a good bet. Lions not winning a single game. That's my overreaction Monday. I don't see them winning more than 2 games right now. They look pathetic on offense. They look pathetic on defense. And you don't know what you're going to get from Jared Goff over the season. He doesn't have the weapons ideally you'd like to give a quarterback. So, we're in a weird situation. So that's my overreaction Monday. My other overreaction Monday isn't really an overreaction. I expect at 10:01 the Lions to cut Jelani Tavai so I can leave the show at 10 o'clock, drive to Allen Park, and take his dumb ass to the airport.
That's not an overreaction. That's just the reaction. That's all of our reactions.
That's just what needs to happen.
But let me just comment on that 2-win. I'm not going to let you slide by me with that. All right, listen. If you said they're lucky to win more than 2 games, lucky, Adam. Listen, because I have the under on the 5 wins, but to say they very possibly might win 0 games, you're breaking a lot of people's hearts. Because they're on that 10-7 train, and I will say this: 5-12, 4-13, hell, even 3-14, whatever the case may be, but 2-15 and 1-16, those are that's brutal. And I think the Lions fans, man, they'd be ticked off. Dan Campbell's debut season 0-17. I think the only person smiling would be Adham over here in his chair, but other than that, that's bad. That's bad, especially like with the at least guys who are able to play this year. I think Jared Goff can get us at least 2 to 3 wins. 3 wins? Can we get 3?
It's not.
You said lucky to get
Goff.
At least 2.
Again, like everybody's pointing to Jared Goff, and oh my God, we have Jared Goff. He won playoff games.
No,
like,
it's
guys,
not. It's not it at all.
The dude is surrounded by subpar talent. I'd say a C- to D+ roster.
But you're saying 0-17.
Again,
I can see if I was at quarterback
based on the first half of football, that team can't win a football game. Based on the first half against the Steelers, they are in no position to win a football game.
That's an
overreaction Monday. What can I say? We got to go to break. When we get back from the break, top of the hour, we're going to talk about if the Lions should cut Jelani Tavai. You guys, obviously, if you're following me on Twitter, you know how I feel about it. We'll get that right after the break. But Jeff, please tell everybody about our friends at Coast Portland.
Well, since 1919, Coast has pursued one mission: to make the working professional's job safer and life easier. Today, Coast Lights are a favorite amongst tradesmen and women, first responders, and more. Visit CoursePortland.com and use code WSN20 for 20% off your purchase. They stand by their products and back them up with a lifetime warranty. Buying for your whole crew? Sign up with our Coast crew to take advantage of special discounts, early access to our new products, and more. Again, that discount, 20% off, is code WSN20.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Welcome back, everyone, to, okay, I'll say it, Morning Wood. Is everyone happy now? The Morning Wood show, question mark, on the Woodward Sports Network. All right, so we've talked about it before. This weekend's performance, we got to bring it up again. I'm sorry. 43rd overall, second-round pick, Jelani Tavai, going into his third year with the Lions. So I think that Bob Quinn's little experiment here has failed, personally. So, Jeff, let me know what you think.
I think we've seen enough. I mean, last week I argued to let him play out the season at least to see where, evaluate him. But the only thing he showed us over his 2 seasons as a Detroit Lion is his ability to lose some weight. That's it. He lost like 40 pounds and he hasn't gotten any better. So that's a problem. He's making Brad Holmes' job easier, though. But he doesn't have those football intangibles. When you see him play on the field, you look at a guy like Derek Barnes. The minute he gets in, he's attempting to make plays. He's all over the field. Jelani looks genuinely lost. He looks like if Adham were to put on a football uniform and go out there and play. Like me,
I appreciate the compliment, but
because
here are my notes.
No, listen, I'm not done. The excuse before he was developing as a rookie, I think the second year getting worse, and this year losing weight and still being horrible in training camp and in these 2 preseason games, it doesn't change my opinion, and I think driving him to the airport would be suitable at him, and I'll help you do that, because get him out of here.
Yeah, I mean, look at the poll. 78.7% of people polled on Twitter, and this is over 1,000 votes now. Hell yes to cutting Jelani Tavai, and I'm glad Detroit's waking up to that. Like I'm very happy with that. I was on this train maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I don't care that he came into camp fit. He doesn't have a football brain. And here are my notes. I'm just gonna read them for everybody at home. Slow, fat, can't tackle, can't diagnose and read plays. Did I mention he's fat? Did I mention he's slow?
And you did.
That's Jelani
Tavai,
right, guys. Sorry, a wasted second-round pick. They blew it. Move on. What are you going to do? Sorry, Derek Barnes, you got double the value out of Barnes, and you got him in the 4th round. Move on. The Contrisha era was a disaster. It was a disaster. Move on. Get rid of every single one of them. Ideally, Jeff Okuda turns out well, but you got to cut Tavai. And I hope they announce it by 10 o'clock because I am driving straight to Allen Park, and I will personally drive Tavai to the Metro Detroit Airport. I will throw his luggage into the back seat, similar to how Spirit handles their luggage when you're boarding a plane. So that's just the reality. They got to cut him. They got to cut bait. He's not good.
Yeah,
he's not any good.
You give him 3 seasons, and he drastically gets worse every single season. That's a red flag right there. Get rid of him. And I know the linebacker core isn't very talented, but this guy right here doesn't help. All right, this guy right here selected in the second round.
His
face. He looks concussed right now. Look at this on the field.
Oh my God!
This is the play I was talking about.
Play.
It's
look
horrible.
at this open field. Takes a horrible angle, and it leads to Najee Harris.
He's not even close to him. I mean,
God, man, like, look at this. Look.
You got to secure that tackle. You got to secure that tackle.
That's your linebacker. Can I get Tavai's face back on the screen? I want to show people what this linebacker looks like. Like, this is your guy. That. Look at his face. He looks confused. That's what it looks like pre-snap and post-snap.
Yeah.
The coaches go up to him. Tavai, why didn't you drop back in coverage? Oh no. That's your linebacker. Cut him.
He can't play against 1s or 2s, so it's not even like...
He couldn't play against Art in a flag football league.
All right, I'll give you that.
He needs to be cut. He'll never make another roster. This isn't a Van Noy situation. No, the guy is just awful.
Yeah.
I don't care that he played under Patricia for the 2 of the years. I don't care. He's just bad. This isn't even schematics. Dude can't take the right angle to make a tackle. Horrible filling up the gaps. Horrible open field tackler. Has no brain. Look at his face. Look at it.
I'm looking at it.
I wish I was joking. Look at that shit. He looks confused. He plays confused. He looks confused. He is confused. I don't know what more you need to see. Jelani Tavai needs to go yesterday.
Yesterday during the game. Just get rid of him. Put his uniform in the locker.
You guys don't like some of the things I say. That's fine. I'm sure I don't like some of the things you say. But if I'm Brad Holmes and I'm sitting up in the press box and I'm watching that garbage, I'm making a phone call to the sideline. Hey, hey Dan. We're gonna cut Jelani. Just take him off the field, man. It's not working. Just tell him go to the locker room. I'll meet him down in the locker room. Just gonna cut his ass early. Just save us the embarrassment.
Adam's here to drive him.
All right, Dan. Yeah. No, have a good day. Have a good game. All right. Bye. Cut him. Don't waste another minute of this franchise's time. He is not a good linebacker. He's literally, I don't know how else to explain it to you guys.
He doesn't show any intangibles. Like, it's horrible.
He's not showing anything.
At least if you showed like athleticism, maybe you're just like you have some bad plays here and there. There's nothing to build off of Jelani Tavai. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. So you kick him and to the sideline and see if a team will grab him and take a flyer on him. And I could give to. I don't really care, quite frankly, what happens on his next team. I really don't. I just get him off the lines.
Look, when a player isn't performing for your team, the logical thing to do is move on, and how you do that is up to you. You can trade him, cut him, I don't care. Get rid of him. Dude's not contributing to the team. He's making the team not good. And honestly, let's be real here. The team's rebuilding. So how about you give Derek Barnes all of those snaps over the course of the year, knowing you're not contending, let him develop, and ideally he turns out to what you expected Jelani Tavai to turn out. And let's not forget draft night. You're watching ESPN, NFL Network, whatever you were watching that moment.
I'll never forget
They
it.
took Tavai, quote unquote, from a draft analyst. That guy wasn't even on my board. And the board goes 7 rounds.
They didn't have highlights for him ready.
That's your guy. They didn't have highlights ready. They didn't know who he was.
Ready.
Again, Quinn Trisha era. I'm not holding this regime accountable for it. But I will hold them accountable if he's taking snaps away from Derek Barnes, a guy who showed he can not only drop back in coverage, but he can blitz the quarterback. He can fill the gaps on run plays. He knows his responsibilities. He can make tackles. I kind of like that more than Tavai.
As a rookie.
Excuse me.
As a rookie.
That a rookie has had a better camp and preseason than a 3-year vet. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Jeff, do you have anything else to add on Jelani Tavai?
No, the writing's on the wall, Adam. Get him out.
All right. Well, I'm glad we all agree. Kennedy, I'm going to give you the chance. Should the Detroit Lions cut Tavai, yes or no? And please tell me why.
Yes, but not because he's fat, Adam. You also offended Easy with that comment. He said fat, LMAO. So.
Yes, Jelani Tavai, he's fat, he's
Currently,
slow. He's out of shape. I don't care that he came into...
But he's also on the football field. He's out of shape.
He looks fat and slow on the football field. Like, what else do I
I'll
have to...
agree that he looks slow and that he should go, but I'm not going to call him fat.
All right, guys. You guys can all be nice.
That's what Adam's job's for.
So you don't hurt his feelings, and we're all kumbaya. He's fat. He's slow. Can't play football. Move on.
Can't play football.
Go ahead,
we'll
Kennedy.
agree. No, that's it. Slow, can't play football. That's all you need
All right,
to
but
know.
you're not willing to...
I'm saying cut
agree
him.
with me on
you
the
can
fat
go
part.
drive him.
You're not
I'm
willing
not
to
with
agree
you
with
on
me
the
on the
fat
fat
part.
part.
I will not. No.
All right, well, you agree with me that the lady from earlier from the Brawl deserved to catch those hands?
Yes.
All right, so at least we can meet somewhere in the middle. When we get back from the break, Troy Weaver received some really interesting praise over the weekend. We're going to discuss his ability to evaluate talent and draft underrated talent. Coming out of the break, we'll see you right after.
Morning, Art.
Morning, D-Mac.
Welcome back, everyone. Don't forget, up next from 11 to 1, we've got D-Mac, Joik, and Neil Rule taking over with Big D Energy. So make sure you guys tap into that. But before that, we've got to jump into some Pistons talk. Troy Weaver is making a lot of people in this city very proud, including the editor of just Pistons.com. Sorry, not DetroitPistons.com. Pistons.com. So, Adam, what do you make of all this?
So Keith Langlois came out with a tweet essentially saying that every GM, if polled by his peers, every or a majority of GMs would say that Troy Weaver is the most equipped and talented in finding, spotting, and drafting underappreciated, underrated, or under the radar talent. Now, again, the Detroit Pistons, we've seen their rebuild has been exponentially helped with this, with getting the #1 overall pick. That's helped a ton. But you look at his history, Troy Weaver. He recruited Melo to Syracuse. He helped recruit Melo to Syracuse. He insisted, and again, you know, I'll put my hatred for Russell Westbrook aside. He was in the draft room. He was in the war room, advocating for Russell Westbrook, which was a good freaking decision.
Many people questioned him.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great move.
Many people
regardless of
questioned
how
him.
I feel of him, as whether you want to call him a star, superstars, regardless, the point here, we're talking about Troy Weaver now. He has an eye for talent. You look at his first year as a general manager in charge of the Detroit Pistons, who have done nothing but botch the draft over the last 20 seasons. He comes in year one, drafts Killian Hayes, who's still, you know, a work in progress, Sadiq Bey, a proven jump shooter, spot-up shooter, can develop. Ideally, if he's a poor man's Klay Thompson, that's a huge win for the Pistons. And then you look at Isaiah Stewart. You needed some paint beef. This guy loves to play defense. He matches the city's grit. Like, good year one. Good year one. And then you look at year two. And yes, it's too early to say, but nobody was going to draft Luka Garza. Nobody. Even if he won College Player of the Year. It didn't matter. His feet were too slow. Nobody was interested. And what Troy Weaver do, he did his homework. He understood that the kid was losing weight, working on his footwork. He's like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Taking him 54th overall in the second round. Worst case, he just goes to the G League. And what does Garza do? He was the MVP of Summer League for the Pistons. He was the best player on the court every single night. He ran the hardest. He played the hardest. He can shoot the three. And again, is he going to be Nikola Jokic? Probably not. But if you can get a piece out of him where he can distribute, spot up three, learn to box out better, have better footwork, you have yourself a pretty good player. Have yourself a pretty good player. You look at Livers. All right, we'll see how that works out. You took Cade 1. I mean, I'm not going to pat anybody on the back for taking somebody #1 overall, but, you know, when you make the right decision, you deserve to be praised.
Yeah.
And Cade Cunningham fits the mold of what a Detroit Piston should be, given the history of how you've built championship rosters in the past. You've built them with team ball, hustle, effort, leadership, and your stars were never selfish stars. They were team playing stars. Dumars, Isaiah Thomas. If you want to call Billups a star, a facilitator, Rip Hamilton, all guys that were bought into the team camaraderie and mindset of we need to hold each other accountable if we want to win a championship. And that's kind of what Cade Cunningham brings early on as a young leader in this roster. So I think Troy Weaver has earned all the praise and recognition that was given in that poll. I think it's a great article. I think it's a reminder of the job he's done in 2 years. And we'll see how the team develops from now.
Let me just start by saying, when is the last time you've seen the Pistons, you know, being talked about as having the best GM, considering Stan Van Gundy was messing up picks for us?
The Pistons were never in that conversation, under Dumars. Even under the championship years.
I know.
Dumars was never considered one of, if not the best GM in the NBA.
No.
He made very good moves early on. Dumars was very promising. People forget. But the day he drafted Darko was the day he lost all of his mojo and everything he had going for him. He made so many great trades. He was the master of facilitating pieces and getting other pieces into Detroit. But yeah, no, outside of Dumars, I can't remember
No, and I will say this too. I mean, guys, you've seen guys come from successful organizations or around successful people that don't pan out. I mean, Matt Patricia being one of them, but you can even look at Greg Popovich, people hiring from his staff, their organization. But more importantly, if you don't believe, writers, just believe Sam Presti, because he, if not the best, is one of the best GMs in the NBA, and he has a lot to say about Troy Weaver, his ability to spot talent. Adam mentioned it, back at Syracuse, Jim Boeheim couldn't have enough good things to say about Troy Weaver, his ability to spot talent. He was key in helping recruit Carmelo Anthony and leading them to that national championship. But even going to the Oklahoma City Thunder and being one of the guys who were vocal for Russell Westbrook, vocal for James Harden, Serge Ibaka, Steven Adams. I mean, these guys, they found studs, and what made them a consistent organization. They are one of the NBA's top model franchises in 13 seasons. That franchise has made 10 playoff appearances in a finals berth. And Troy Weaver has something to do with that, his ability to find talent and help improve that team. And I think coming to the Detroit Pistons, where he has a lot more control, he can make a lot more moves. And you saw it, how many trades this man made in his first year, especially in the draft on draft night, finding 3 great picks, even in the second round, Saban Lee. I mean, he found pretty much 4 guys who are going to play immediately. So it's all kudos to Troy Weaver. He's done a tremendous job, not only with us, but with OKC, with every place he's been. And everyone loves the guy. He's so soft-spoken, but he's very intelligent. So he's very... if you have a conversation with him or listen to him speak, the guy knows basketball. So I'm happy to have him in Detroit, man. I mean, he couldn't really have messed up the Cade Cunningham pick, but like Adam said, you got to praise him for not taking Jalen Green, not messing it up. I mean, he knows talent when he sees it. So I think in a couple of years, he'll be talked about as the best GM in the league. I think he'll pass. Sam Presti is the best GM, his ability to get picks and everything, but God, Troy Weaver's going to be up there, man.
Troy Weaver will win an Executive of the Year award during his time in Detroit. The time will come where the Pistons win 52, 55 games, and he'll be recognized that day for all the work he's done so far. But you mentioned, you can't mess up the number 1 overall pick if they didn't trade. It's not that it would have been wrong to take Jalen Green. He wasn't the right fit.
And he knew that. That's why I'm praising him.
And Troy knew that.
Yeah.
He knew the kind of team he's trying to build. And when you bring in a selfish 1A alpha, it limits you. Look at James Harden. Go look at Russell Westbrook. Go look at all these alphas in the league. We want to praise them all. Oh my goodness, they can score so well. They can jump out of the gym. Triple-double king. How many championships has that delivered?
Nothing.
How many? None.
They got to one
James
finals
Harden
together.
Went to Brooklyn, couldn't get out of the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't care if Kyrie was hurt. You had Kim and KD. Again, Troy knows what he's building. I'm going to praise him for that. He's showing you what his intentions are. If you look at Brad Holmes, he's done a very similar thing. He's shown you what he's trying to build. Brad Holmes is like, all right, you know what? I just finessed the Rams for 2 first-round picks. I can significantly improve my roster over the next 2 years. If I draft a quarterback in the next 2 years, given we're probably going to be a very bad football team year 1 and not very bad year 2, but probably still middle of the park. Cool. I'll get my guy, and then by year 3 of this rebuild, I think we can compete for the division. I don't see a problem with that. I don't, and I see the same thing with Troy. He dressed it year 1, 3 first-round picks. We can all say pretty good. Clap it up. Good. Year 2, number 1 overall pick. You have your alpha superstar, but he's unselfish. Good for the team. And now going into the second year of playing under Dwayne Casey, you now have an opportunity to really showcase how these players are going to develop. It's all about development right now. If you're watching the Pistons or you're watching the Lions, it's about player development. The Tigers are developing Green. The Tigers are developing Torkelson. Your arms and your bats are developing right now. But now you got to see Hayes on the court. You got to see Sadiq Bey take a second step. You got to see Cade walk in, make an immediate impact. That's what you need to see. And the same for the Lions. Okuda needs to get better. You want to see Barnes improve. You want to see Barnes ideally get the starting role come midway into the season, ideally. You want to see Amon-Ra St. Brown turn into a great slot receiver. You want to see Jared Goff, just get through the next 2 years, but you're not expecting 38 touchdowns, 10 interceptions from Goff. You're not.
No.
He's lucky to throw 22.
Yeah.
So
he threw 22 last year with a stacked offense. So you know what I mean?
And he played a majority of the games. Again, just temper your expectations. Enjoy the rebuild. And we'll all be on the same page years from now when these teams are ideally competing. So, you know, kudos to Troy Weaver. He's earned all the praise he's gotten from his peers. I love the article. It was a good read. I'd recommend you guys go read it. Having said that, we got to go to break. When we come back, we hinted this earlier. Will the Detroit Lions regret drafting Penei Sewell? We'll do that right after the break.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back, you guys. So we've already discussed Penei Sewell ended up in the bottom 5 from this past weekend against the Steelers, according to the PFF rankings. That being said, will the Lions regret drafting him? Jeff, let's start with you.
Will is important. I think it's going to take time to really evaluate Sewell because, well, like I said earlier, I sound like a broken record, but he hasn't played football since his sophomore year in college. He took junior year off because of COVID. He switched to right tackle. He's playing against grown men. It's a whole new league. It's going to take some time to get his legs under him, but getting beat by Gregory Rousseau in his debut isn't a good thing. Obviously, Greg is a he's a rookie as well, but you got to build on those things and hopefully stack good weeks on top of each other. I mean, I don't expect this guy to come out and play well like Adham said earlier. Jonathan Ogden's one of the only guys to come in and move grown men. I don't want people to put too much expectations on him, but people do say he could be a next Hall of Fame left tackle. His athleticism and his upside, and I get all that, but we got to start seeing results, and I want to start seeing good performances on top of good performances, and the last 2 weeks haven't been that good. He's had great plays, but he's also had lowlights. So to say they made the wrong pick is an idiotic thing to really say right now. It's going to take this whole season to evaluate with this offensive line gaining chemistry and playing together. So right now, if you're asking me, no, they didn't make the wrong pick. So that's how I feel.
I think he's a victim of his own ability. I think he's a victim of his own ability, and I'll tell you why. First, let's see who was taken before him. So who was taken that, what teams really passed on Sewell? There was only 2 teams.
Yeah.
The Dolphins at 6 and the Bengals at 5. Both needed to address the offensive line, but they also knew they needed to get their franchise quarterback weapon. So what happened? Jamar Chase goes to Cincy, Jalen Waddle goes to Dolphins, the rest is history. Lions take Penei Sewell. But who could have the Lions taken if they didn't get Sewell? Well, you're probably looking at who? Patrick Surtain, Micah Parsons. But you don't know if Micah Parsons is even going to be better than Derek Barnes, and Barnes you got in the 4th round. Like, you can find similar talent later on in the NFL draft. You get your Pro Bowlers round 1. You win Super Bowls round 3, 4, 5. So that's how you build your team. So I'm not going to jump on the train and say they're going to regret it. But it hasn't been pretty. But I think you pointed out perfectly, Jeff, the reasons why. A lot of his mistakes are actually mental. And
Yes.
I'm actually happy with that. I'm glad he's not slow off the line. I'm glad he's not weak or... He's going through a learning curve. It's preseason. I can slate the team as much as I want. I'm not going to slate the kid. Preseason. He needs 10, 14 games before I can actually tell you, wow, we have something, or man, I can't believe we wasted another first-round pick. Give me a year and a half. I can tell you that easily. But I'm not going to tell you right now.
There's a difference between calling Tavai slow or whatever it is, fat, or whatever you say. But with Sewell, it's none of that. He has athleticism. He has footwork. He has, his football IQ.
Intangibles.
Tangibles.
That's
right.
the perfect word.
Tangibles. It's just the other stuff. Getting his legs under him. Just get used to playing in the NFL. I mean, that's all it is.
Look, not everybody can just get thrown into the NFL and succeed. Patrick Mahomes was sat year 1, even though in Kansas City, the local media said, my God, this guy is beyond Alex Smith. And the Chiefs wrote out Alex Smith to the playoffs. They got knocked out, and they moved on year 2. Why? They gave him time to learn Andy Reid's offense, even though he was so much better year one.
But he was throwing interceptions in camp. There was those reports.
It didn't matter.
I know, but
it didn't matter because you look at the upside, right?
Right.
But again, you look at the development, though. They let him make the mistakes where? In practice, not on the field.
Right.
Because in practice, it's a learning curve. On the field, it's a mistake, and it affects your team's win-loss record. There's a big difference. So you look at those situations. No, I'm not saying you have to sit Penei Sewell for the year. God, no.
No.
He's somebody with that offensive line. It's a pretty good offensive line. We all agree probably top 10. All right, good. Go out there. Make an impact. Like, he's going to learn. He's going to be okay. It's a new position for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to regret taking Penei Sewell at 7, but this is all situational. You guys can sit up here and tell me they should have taken Mac Jones, they should have taken Justin Fields, Patrick Surtain. Well, you know what? They took Okuda the year prior, so there's no chance Brad Holmes year 1 is taking a corner at number 7. It's just not. Unless he traded back, then he probably would have taken one, but he didn't. He's not taking a quarterback. He just got 2 first-round picks and Jared Goff. He can't get rid of Goff for the next 2 years. So he knows he has 2 years to decide which quarterback he wants to move forward with, whether he wants to draft them this upcoming draft or in the 2023 draft. Great. What's the problem here? Given the situation, you could assure the offensive line is going to be great for the next 8 to 12 years. And they did that. Now, is Penei Sewell going to work out? Hell, I'm not a fortune teller. But he's got the intangibles. And that's on the coaching staff, the trainers, and everybody in that front office to make sure he sees out his potential.
And how do you get better by playing offensive line? Play reps. Get reps in. It's not like quarterback where, you rest a guy, you let him learn mentally. I mean, if you're going to play right tackle, a new position, you got to get out there and get reps. And it's going to cause some mistakes, but that's how he learns.
But this is the time to make the mistakes because the team doesn't have the expectation of, hey, we need to win.
Preseason.
A lot of these linemen that walk into certain situations, the teams the year prior were playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
So they're expecting to get back. No, lines are in a rebuild. Penei, I don't care how many mistakes you make. Don't make the same mistake twice. Let's get better every single day. Every single day. Week to week, let's improve. Let's get better. And when you do that over the course of the next year or two, you might and probably have yourself a very good right tackle. And that's a win. That's a win. You want to have the Rashawn Slater, Penei Sewell? I don't care. I'm a big fan of Rashawn Slater, but I don't blame the team for not passing on the guy with all the intangibles. Sorry. How could Brad Holmes address the media post-draft saying, I passed on Penei Sewell for Rashawn Slater or Patrick Surtain because I want to? No. They made the decision, accept it. And again, he needs 14 to 20 games before I can tell you if he's going to be a good player. Ideally, come Thanksgiving, he's starting to really blossom. That's the ideal scenario. I can't tell you what will happen, but that's my expectation of Penei. So I don't think they're going to regret it unless he actually just flakes out.
Yeah.
And when I mean flake out, I mean he's done before his rookie contract. Then you'll regret it. He's got to play for the next 8 seasons, minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum, or they're going to regret it. It's that simple. That's simple.
Yeah.
Kennedy, Penei Sewell. Your thoughts, 1, on his preseason performances. 2, do you believe there's a scenario where the Lions regret drafting Penei Sewell?
Okay, so preseason performances, obviously they're not exactly what we wanted to see out of him. I expected a little more, but yeah, honestly, after Jeff reminding me that he hasn't played since his sophomore year, he is super young, younger than me, younger than Jeff, I think. And so, I mean, I don't know what we can really expect. He definitely needs the time to grow here. But that being said, I was a little, maybe overly hyped about him and maybe led in the wrong direction because of Detroit media and just some of the pressers and what they were saying. They were saying, oh, he's adjusting perfectly to right tackle. He looks great. So I was just all right, he's going to go out there. He's going to freaking crush it. I was ready. And then, so I'm a little bit let down. But going back to the draft, no, I don't think they took the wrong pick at all. We needed to build up this O-line. It's going to be good. We just have to give it time. So.
All right, fair enough. So I think we're all kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
It's too early to tell if they're going to regret it. We do think he needs time to develop. So that's not a bad situation if you're a Detroit Lions fan to be in. We got to head to break. Before we head to break, of course, guys, you know I'm a betting man. One of my favorite bets this year is going to be the under for the Detroit Lions. Sorry, not sorry. It's just the reality. But Join our friends at MyBookie. Sign up using code Woodward. They'll match your deposit up to 50%. Deposit $100, give $50. $200, $100. You know the game. Sign up using code Woodward at mybookie.com. Bet from anywhere, anytime. Again, that's MyBookie. We'll see you right after the break.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back, you guys, to the Morning Wood on the Woodward Sports Network. So we've heard it from Adam before, but now I'm excited to get Jeff's take on it. Miggy has 500 homers. He's now chasing 3,000 hits, currently sitting at 2,955. So, Jeff, what do you think the Tigers should do with Miggy?
I'm getting a little too personable with this, but no, I think we should keep Miggy, number one. Just keep him as a DH, number one. But I don't think he's necessarily a hot commodity, considering his salary he's making. What is he, like $30 million a year? So if Adam wants to cut him, that's up to Adam and to argue that. But for me, it's, you know, you got a team that's not really moving in a direction right now. If Miggy himself wants to get out or whatever, that's a different story. But in terms of, if you're asking me, should you get rid of Miggy or cut Miggy after he just cleared 500 home runs? No. I'd keep him as a designated hitter and let the team
for the remainder of his contract. So up until he's 41 years old.
Not till he's 41 years old, but they're saying cut Miggy right now. Keep Miggy, yes.
No. All right. So the question is, what do you do with Miggy after he reaches both of his milestones, which 500?
So you're waiting for him to reach some milestones.
The day Miguel Cabrera hits 3,000, I'm cutting his ass.
Why?
And best case for Miggy is that I keep him as a DH and he maybe gets 80 to 100 at-bats the entire season.
Okay. But he's making a lot
if he's
of money.
lucky, because I got to pay it either way.
Yeah.
MLB contracts are guaranteed. There's nothing I can do about it. I literally can't do anything about his contract. Nobody's going to take it. There was nothing I could give a team for them to accept that contract. It's just not going to happen. So, again, I would cut him. Or I would tell him, hey, Miggy, you're not going to play a lot, and if you're okay with that, we're bringing up Riley Green, we're bringing up Torkelson, and we're moving in this direction, and we're probably going to sign Chris Bryant, we're probably going to sign Cabrera. One of the two. We're going to sign a big name free agent this year, and you know what? We're in a position where these guys need to get their at-bats at the big league level, and we feel like we're one more year away from contending in the AL Central. So next year, it's a very important year for the guys to develop, and come 2023, we expect we can compete in the AL Central. So for me, it's simple. The night, whether it's a day game or night game, whether it's that day or night that he gets 3,000 hits, I'm hugging him. Miguel, I love you. You are the first person to get 500 home runs, 3,000 hits, and a triple crown. We love you, Miggy. I'm going to put up billboards all over the city. God bless him. Thank you so much. And then I'm going to have a heart-to-heart with him in the morning. Hey, Miggy. All right, bro. You got it. You moving on or what? Am I cutting your ass, or are you going to sit here and only get 80 to 100 at-bats this upcoming season? Oh, I don't know, coach. I don't know. I want to play. I feel good. All right, dude. You're going to leave me in a tough position. So I'll maybe give you 150 at-bats. It's about 50 games. 40 to 50 games. I'll give you 150 at-bats. I need my kids to get the other 130, 140 games. And if he tells me yes, great. I think he's a great locker room guy. Keep him. But if Miggy's not willing to take a big step back, I'm cutting his ass. I already got to pay him.
And I'm not arguing. Let me clear this. That he's taking a roster spot over guys that should be called up. That is not what I'm arguing. It's just if you're going to tell me, listen, if Miggy's okay with taking a step back, and or even for that matter, if he's not and he's okay with getting a cut, you do what you got to do. But realistically, would I cut Miggy? Are they saving money by cutting him?
No, it's not about saving money.
So it's
my decision to cut Miggy is about the younger players.
Yes, okay.
I don't want Miggy taking 300, 400, 500 at-bats a year when I got Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson waiting to get called up.
Especially
now,
the year
keep in mind, this all aligns perfectly, guys. He's not going to get 3,000 this year, which means he needs to play the beginning of April next year, which means I get to keep Torkelson on the sidelines while I accumulate his MLB service years, and then I'll bring him in June, July. Then I'll bring in Torkelson. That's when you're going to see him. They're going to pull a Chris Bryant. They're going to leverage his contract. So great. I'm giving Miggy more than enough time to get his 3,000, and then he'll finish that season with about 300-400 at-bats. Cool. The following year is where I'm not having it, man. I'm not having it. I need Torque to have a full season. So you can be a DH every 4 or 5 games. Cool. That's it. That's it. Yeah. I'm not having it. I need Riley Green to develop. I need my bats to develop. And I think AJ Hinch by 2023 can have a team that can potentially win the AL Central. Given they actually live up to their word and they go out for a big free agent this summer.
Do you think Miggy would be okay with that if you told him, hey, every 4 or 5 games you get a DH, but other than that, you're pretty much chilling, letting the young guys play?
Look,
like,
I have a sentimental side of me also. I'm not a piece of shit, and I'm not an asshole only. I would love to keep Miguel Cabrera for the locker room aspect. I think he's great around the locker room. Mm-hmm. He can teach guys like, what he looks for in pitches, how he catches cadences from the pitchers, how he breaks down a pitcher's film, maybe whatever it may be. Those little things that you could pull from Miggy, I think, are very valuable to the point where I'd say, yeah, don't cut him, but only on the chance that he accepts that role. Right. Which again, I think Miggy would be very open to that going into his last year. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take a huge step back. It's not about me anymore. I'm not getting 600, so I'm gonna just walk away. I'll finish with like 523, and that's it. I'm not trying to be that guy, but
you're explaining
if Miggy's not willing to take a step back, you gotta get rid of him. Sorry, that's just the reality. I got bats coming up that I really need to develop so I can actually contend year 3 under AJ Hinch. That's just the reality.
See, Lowell says he'd be ecstatic to hang out and take random at bats.
I mean, like it.
He's getting paid either way. Again, like right. Miggy's financial future, the Tigers aren't screwing him in any way. Whether they listen to me or whether they sit him, it doesn't matter. They got to pay him. Mm-hmm. So, Miggy, again, how do you want to do this? I need Torkelson to get 450 at-bats minimum next year. And the year after, I need him to get over 500. How are we going to do that,
squeezed
bro?
Out.
You got to take a step back. Mm-hmm. I want you to coach the young guys. And I think Miggy would be open to it. But again, on the chance that he isn't, I'm going to be that guy. I'm cutting his ass. And I'm going to pay him the $40 million or whatever I owe him after over the next 10 to 15 years. That's just how it's going to be.
Speaking of people that are good in the locker room, Justin Verlander a while ago said that he wouldn't mind finishing his career here in Detroit. Would you want him back, Adam?
I think it kind of goes back to your argument with the young players. It's like you got to find a roster spot for Justin. And I just don't see it realistically happening. Especially
if the Tigers, again, are trying to contend, what does Verlander bring come October? What does he bring? He's not the JV we all grew up and loved. He's now no longer the Cy Young winner, the MVP winner. He's not that anymore. So if you bring him in, it's got to be in a mentor position. Again, like, is it great that I get Verlander and Miggy in the locker room and they're gonna? Yeah, it's amazing. I would love nothing more than that. If you're a Tigers fan, you're all for it.
Got to find a place for him.
But it's got to make sense. How much am I paying you to come in? Mm-hmm. What are you willing to do? Are you willing to start 4 or 5 games whenever people aren't able to start? Are you willing to come out of the bullpen? Do you expect to actually start a playoff game if we make the playoffs? And guys, these are the tough questions you have to ask yourself. So, I'm all for kumbaya, rally the boys, but boys aren't playing, sorry. I got too many arms and too many bats that will dictate the future of the Detroit Tigers. I don't have time to waste, so that's just how I'm doing it.
All right.
Fair enough. Jeff, anything else you'd like to add on the Miggy situation?
No. I usually want to argue with you, but you're kind of preaching facts right now, Adam, so.
Kind of? All right. Well, when we get back from the break, Fish is going to be giving us Fish's facts. We'll do that right after the break. You're tuning into the Morning Woodward Show.
Is it time?
Yeah, it is.
Fish!
Go fish. Fish facts.
It's fish!
All right,
Alrighty, it's that time of day.
It is.
I had a good weekend. Hope everyone else had a good weekend. We go to a video where these people did not have a good weekend. This is a game between Nice and Marseille yesterday. I'm disappointed because I'm assuming you were not watching, and I'm assuming you don't even know what happened in this game. This is a fight that happened, and the fans would end up somehow escaping the barrier, and they're just throwing stuff at them, and they would continue to throw stuff. They would end up breaking that advertisement barrier you see there.
So, Fish, this is Malice at the Palace in Europe.
This is
basically. And there they go, breaking the barrier.
Look at them. Oh, they're free. It's down.
They are now free.
So, Fish, how did this start?
What the hell?
A guy threw a bottle at the blue player you saw at the start. There are other angles of this.
It's always the guy that throws the bottle or the cup.
I'm just saying. You know, this is why that chick deserves to catch hands. Like, who's stopping that in Europe? What are you doing in Europe? Go live in Europe, guys. That's what you get. I would be so pissed if I go to a game on Sunday and you pieces of you-know-what ruin my Sunday because you got offended that you threw a bottle at somebody, he threw it back. Now everybody wants to kumbaya, team up and game. Oh my God, I hate Europe.
Well,
I hate Europeans.
You notice they had to jump down like a 3 or 4 foot
I hate Europeans,
barrier
Fish.
to even get.
Are you educated on European history? I hate them.
Oh, okay.
Can't defend themselves.
By the way,
Can't run a country
the game
either.
ended up being forfeited.
That's in France, right?
Yes, because the
Of
blue
course,
team,
typical.
Marseille, ended up not coming back onto the field. They just said, we're not coming back.
Yeah,
So
only in France.
So they canceled the game after that. It was
Oh,
over.
no, they were ready to restart. The blue team forfeited.
Well, dude, I would too. If a guy, after all
Yeah,
that
I'm not
scrapping.
playing out there. Why? So people can no,
And
sorry.
the league website was hacked because the person who hacked it was pissed that the black and white team Nice ended up winning the game because the blue team
Just
forfeited.
another example of how messed up some European countries are, and that we can all care. Oh my God, they're the best. They do this. Well, there you go. That's your European country.
It
That's
is
France for you.
understood that the person
France is the
responsible.
most like street dirty, rude, infested with rude people place I've ever been to. French people are assholes. Go ahead, Fish.
Fish, what do you say about that? Wait, hold on. Respond to what he just said. You're gonna trash Europe like that, and you're over here watching.
I am
all
gonna
these
trash
clips.
Europe.
from seeing
They
that
just let
video, he's
Hitler
not
walk in
wrong.
like, "Hey, buddy, come right on in," and we have to go in there and freaking waste our freaking whatever, man.
From
You guys-
seeing that
listen,
video,
I'm a
he's not
very
wrong.
angry person when it comes to Europeans. I don't like Europeans at all.
Yeah, the league website was hacked, and it's currently inaccessible. It is now accessible, by the way, if you want to go on. It's understood that the person responsible is motivated by the fact that Nice were handed the win over Marseille because the blue team chose not to come back.
I guarantee you, they never play in that stadium ever again. They will refuse to travel to that stadium.
Oh, I'd
going
be
forward.
ticked off, man. Got a water bottle thrown at your head while you're playing.
I don't know if it was a water bottle.
Whatever it was,
But-
Fish. It's probably if it. What
It
was
was
it?
it was a bottle of water.
What was it? Water?
And it was a full bottle of water.
Oh,
So
I
you
would've
throw
been
that about
so-
60 feet, trajectory coming down, and it hits you on the head.
Cap first. You're
I'm just
ticked
saying
off.
that is that you're playing a fine line right there.
Well, they have another angle from the fans where they were throwing, like, I don't know, sticks, flag poles.
They throw fire. They throw what matches. They throw
Flares.
lighters. They throw
What
anything.
There were no flares I found in that video.
Europeans.
So.
Yeah, keep telling me about my country. Talk about Europeans
that's
first.
more of Eastern Europe, though, like Serbia, Bulgaria, Belarus. It's more of those countries.
All I know is that France is a piece of shit country, and their
right, we need to
people
move
are
on.
pieces of shit.
Speaking of pieces of shit, this is someone who's not a piece of shit.
Ooh.
Albert Pujols.
Oh wait! Whoa! Fish, we got a problem, buddy.
Why?
Yeah. All right. I have my own Fish's fact of the day.
Okay.
It's Fish's birthday.
It was Fish's birthday.
That's why I said over the weekend.
Fish. It was your birthday over the
It
weekend.
was Fish's birthday.
Yes,
And
sir.
you didn't even. You're 20. God. Okay. Fish is. Oh,
Fish, first of all, let me say happy belated birthday.
happy
you.
birthday,
Thank you.
Fish.
We love you.
Thank you.
You are one of our favorite people here at the network, and we're so happy to have you as a part of the team here. So happy birthday. Congratulations on turning 21.
Thank you.
And I am going to buy you lunch today,
Okay.
if you let me.
Well, I don't have time, so good luck.
Oh,
Well, what did you do this weekend? I'm assuming you just watched soccer, Fish.
I did. I enjoyed watching all the games. I watched Brighton-Watford, which is kind of a good game. But Arsenal lost. Were you happy?
Oh, I was very happy. I was very happy. I didn't watch the full game. I just caught the final score. And let me tell you, there's nothing better than... You know, guys, this is the equivalent of watching, your annoying little stepbrother just constantly nag you about how great he is compared to you. And then he somehow always magically finds a way to finish dead last. I mean, it's a beautiful story. We can touch on it later. But Fish, happy birthday, bud.
Thank you, sir.
And continue on.
All right, Albert Pujols homered off Rich Hill on Saturday, I believe. He last homered off Hill August 17th, 2007. I believe they're the same age, by the way, 41 years of age. That 14-year, 4-day span between consecutive home runs off a single pitcher is the third longest in MLB history. Beltran off Bartolo Colon. Remember him, Adam? Bartolo Colon? He hit a home run, by the way. 15 and 313. And Barry Bonds off Jesse Orso in 1469. So
yeah,
good stuff there.
Him and Miggy are the only guys active that have 500 home runs, so it's impressive.
Speaking of the Tigers, they did win yesterday, by the way, 5-3 in 11 innings versus the Blue Jays. Each of the Tigers' last 6 wins over Toronto going back to July of 2018 have came in extra innings. Longest such streak in modern era by any MLB team against a single opponent.
Fish, were you watching the Tigers?
I was.
Did you watch Miggy's 500th home run live?
I did not watch it live. I was a little disappointed, but
I still find it amazing.
I know
the luck I had.
Adam's over here just turning on the TV. Fish is over here watching the whole game.
The moment I turned on the TV, like I could have delayed and scrolled through other channels. There were so many other things I could have done in that situation, and I just don't know why. I just clicked on the game, and I was like, all right, let's see what the score is. And all I hear is the bat. The first thing, before I even see anything, all I hear is the sound off the bat, and then the dude's running towards right center. Anything else, Fish?
Oh, the Braves. They got their 12th consecutive win for Atlanta on the road. This is the largest largest road winning streak in a single season, tied for the longest streak since 1993-94. Today, by the way, is the 23rd of August. 1988 was not a good year. Mike Tyson and Mitch Green brawl at 4 a.m. in Harlem.
Yep. Mike Tyson, baby.
We have birthdays today, and it is someone's birthday that everyone around the network loves. Gretchen Whitmer.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you, Fish. It was your birthday.
Why you got to be that
Listen,
guy,
Gretchen
Fish?
Whitmer,
Why?
you can't bait us into it like that, Fish.
Why? I don't like sitting up here. You guys think I enjoy sitting up here and saying mean things about people. I don't. I'm a good guy. I'm chill, man. You guys just put me in situations where I have to, put my foot down. I will not wish Gretchen Whitmer a happy birthday.
On a more positive note, or this is actually a more sadder note, however you want to look at it, Kobe Bryant. It is also his birthday today.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace to the great Kobe
Black
Bryant.
Mamba.
Unfortunate.
And then last one, the guy that lends sanity. It is Jeremy Lin's birthday.
One of the biggest atrocities to happen in professional sports outside of Tim Tebow is the 1 week of Linsanity.
Listen, at least he gave us that week.
That week that Linsanity was, it was a very special time for the NBA.
Yes.
And then I think teams figured out, he can't dribble to the left. And finally somebody decided to put an end to that shit. The same way teams put an end to the Tebow mania in the NFL. 2 players that don't deserve to be playing in the league. I'm glad they're out. My goodness. I'm sorry, Tim Tebow should not be in the league. Don't give me that look, Kennedy.
I'll give you all the looks.
I'll argue this. Listen.
There were people on a Lions Facebook page that were saying, we need to take Tebow. And
I'd rather have Tavai at tight end than Tebow. I'd rather have Tavai at tight end than Tebow.
Oh, give me a break.
He might be faster than Tebow.
Tebow's in great shape, so you can't call Tebow fast.
Tavai might be quicker than Tebow. And he might be able to block better. So you know what?
I can't believe you think he should be in the game. I really can't believe it.
Well,
it really
she has a
frustrates
connection
me.
of Tebow, that's why.
What?
She has a connection.
Yeah, Tebow and I are connected.
I don't know.
Fish, would you welcome Tebow back?
Because her father went to Bowling Green and she likes Urban Meyer, and that somehow all the way connects the dots to she likes Tim Tebow because he was coached by Urban Meyer. What are you doing?
Fish, would you take Tebow as a tight end on the Detroit Lions? You're GM.
I would consider it. I don't know if I take
No,
it.
yes or no,
Oh my
Fish?
God!
Yes
what
or no,
are we doing
Fish?
here?
If you
consider it, you would consider it.
Yeah, I would look at all the options. Say, who are the tight ends available after we cut Tavai, by the way? and I would go through the list and say, all right, well, he's...
That is a fireable offense if you brought in Tim Tebow.
I think Tebow's so bad, he shouldn't even be on the list you're looking at. He should be like, there's a bunch of tight ends you're looking at, and there's Tebow.
From your scouting department, and Tim Tebow was on one of them, you got to really consider who's part of your scouting team. Sorry.
Fish.
God.
Not about Tim Tebow, but the people want to know, did you drink on your 21st birthday?
No, he didn't. I can answer that for him.
I knew he did.
I did not, as I figured.
You didn't even like have a sip of like, you didn't. Have you ever tried alcohol?
No.
Well, I did when I was
I
like...
am Fish's spokesperson.
Okay, well, I want to hear
when I
from
was like
Fish.
9.
No, he'll deny it.
No, I did when I was
Fish
9.
is above that.
When you were 9, that's illegal.
Well, I would go for water, and oh shit, it's not water, it's like gin or something.
Fish, did you try anything like new or exciting this weekend?
Not really.
Did you try to foreplay around or like? You try anything new and exciting?
I did not.
Some people are accusing you that you might have caught an STD over the weekend.
Oh my gosh, stop.
What do you have to say for yourself?
His mother watches this show.
I had Fago Rock and Rye, which is a Detroit favorite.
Oh, I love that.
So I had that.
That's delicious.
All right, well, at least we agree on something. All right, Fish.
That's about the only thing I had that's
Thank
out
you
of the
so much,
ordinary
buddy.
of my normal weekend.
Well, thank you so much, Fish.
Thank
Again,
you.
happy belated birthday.
Thank
We
you,
all
sir.
love you here at the network. When we come back from the break, we're going to finish up with some Lions positional talk, which we're going to discuss a very important position, although it is a backup role. We're going to discuss the quarterback position. Who should the Lions move forward with, Tim Boyle or David Blau? We'll do that right after the break.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With historically low interest rates and 5-star service, you could pay your mortgage off faster without increasing your monthly payment. Get started now at 248-308-5000 or chat with us online. Call hallfirst.com.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Welcome back, everyone. We only have 9 minutes left, so we are wrapping up, but we are wrapping up with some more Lions talk. So they've got a decision to make with their QBs. They've got 2 guys in the running. We've got Tim Boyle and David Blau, who had that awesome wife of his in the Olympics. So that was awesome. So Adam, which one of these 2 guys should they move forward with as their backup QB?
Well, you know, I put out a Twitter post over the weekend that I would drive Tavai to the airport. I would also drive Boyle to the airport. These are 2 people that should be cut before the 3rd preseason game this Friday versus the Indianapolis Colts. Tim Boyle, atrocious preseason. I am sure during camp he was making all the throws and looking great, but it's, you know, I'm not expecting much from the team this year. So me securing my backup quarterback position isn't most important because I don't expect them to win more than 5 games already. But having said that, I'd rather have David Blau just based off of preseason performances. I mean, the dude is playing at a different level.
Yep.
Yes, maybe you can compare who played against starters, who didn't. But I do remind everybody, Jared Goff did play week 1 in the preseason, which means Boyle and Blau each had their own opportunity to go against the second stringers, the third stringers. So I've seen what I've had to see.
No, the
Boyle.
easy
Goodbye.
answer is David Blau because he was in more control of the offense if it comes Saturday, if you watched.
So they should cut Blau or?
No, I said the easy answer to keep.
Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
question is who should be the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
The easy answer is David Blau.
Good.
Tim Boyle, I'll help you drive him to the airport because in 2 years in Green Bay, he didn't see the field. I think that was really the only attractive part of signing him. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers, but guess what that got you? A guy who looked like a deer in the headlights when he got on the preseason football field. So David Blau, people forget he started games for us last year. Didn't play necessarily well, but he has started. He has starting experience. Tim Boyle doesn't touch the football field besides practice, so there's your options. And I think Dan Campbell made it a point to bring in Boyle for competition. I understand that, but the competition's settling down. It's David Blau. I think he should be the backup. I mean, I'm not saying Blau's all that, but between those 2 guys, David Blau is clearly the better quarterback, and he just looked more in control. You saw the 3 straight touchdown drives he had late in the game to put him in one score with like a minute left. But besides that, I mean, get Blau in there, man. Especially the video of him with his wife cheering on his wife. I think that's cool, too. This guy's got a story. He plays well on the football field. Get Boyle. Send him back to Green Bay or wherever he is, wherever practice squad he can make, because he isn't making the cut.
Okay, well, at least we both agree that Boyle's not the guy.
No,
again,
not at
it's
all.
the backup quarterback position. The only time a backup really matters is when you're a contending team. Because God forbid your quarterback needs to miss 3, 4, 5 games. You better have a serviceable quarterback behind him so you can maybe go 2-3, 3-2, 4-1 if you're good enough.
Not a Driscoll.
But yeah, no, we both agree. David Blau, I think he's the better story. I think he has shown he's more game ready than Boyle. Again, I don't care how you look in practice. I'm sure Tim Tebow was a practice warrior. Darko Milicic was a practice savant.
Sekou is a practice warrior.
So,
all these guys.
If you can't do it on the field, it's irrelevant to me. Keep Blau. Cut Tim Boyle. He should be in the stands throwing hands with that Karen from the Steelers game. It's appropriate to call her a Karen, right,
Yeah,
Kennedy? I'm using
she
the
is
right.
100% a Karen.
Okay, so I'm using the right
I don't know what
modern
they were fighting about,
millennial
but
terminology. here.
yes, good job.
All right, so I'm good.
We've already had this discussion that you're not that much older than me, though. So.
How old are you, Kennedy?
22.
Oh yeah, I'm
23
not
in
that much older
October.
than you. Well, you know. Jeff, how old are you? 19, 20?
Listen, I turned 21 in October.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, we have another fish.
So Fish is
We have
actually
another fish on
older
the
than me.
network.
Fish is actually older than me, believe it or not.
All right, well, guys, listen. We agree that Blau should be the starting quarterback, not the starting quarterback, the starting backup. Whoa,
Yes.
whoa.
Far from that. Yeah.
He should be the backup quarterback going forward. In Detroit, we've discussed Tavai needing to be cut, although I know a lot of you in the chat disagree. Trust. He's not it. He's not going to go to New England or Pittsburgh or anywhere else and look any better. I promise you. Get rid of Tavai. I'll drive him myself to the airport. I'll make sure he gets on the plane safe. I won't hurt him. I'll take Boyle with him as well. They can be best buds.
Get their snacks already.
I'll get them first class tickets to get the hell out of here for all I care. They just got to move on from Boyle. Got to move on from Tavai. Cut your losses. Yeah, you could keep him as a backup. I keep seeing this in the chat. Well, why don't you just keep him as a backup, Adam? God forbid Derek Barnes gets hurt. I want to make my football team that much worse. I'm better off with 10 men on the field than Tavai. That is a fact. I am better off with 10 men on the field than Tavai.
I think a lot of people's concern is like the money. So are they losing money?
He's on a rookie contract. No.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to cost you much. He was a second-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you want to keep him, fine. I don't want to see him on the field. You want to try and trade him? Who's going to trade for him? All it takes is a GM. Forget asking his scouts what they think of Jelani Tavai. No. It's a Google search away on just how pathetic Jelani Tavai's career has been with the Detroit Lions. And you can't convince me. There's a GM out there saying, God, I'm telling you, I get my hands on him for a 7th. Hell, I get him for free. We could turn that guy into one of the best linebackers in the game. He could be serviceable. No. There's nobody in any GM openly saying that. I'm telling you right now, if you're an owner of an NFL franchise, reconsider who your GM is. Jelani Tavai is not the guy. Tavai will win a Super Bowl in New England. Bro, New England's not winning another Super Bowl for the next 10 years. That's it. They're done. They're peaked. They're not coming out of AFC. They'll win maybe 10 games.
2 games with Mac Jones, man.
They'll maybe
Got
win
these
9.
Patriots fans.
Yeah, they'll maybe win 9,
crazy.
10, 11 games. They'll be a playoff team. They'll be a pain in the ass to play. They're not winning no Super Bowl.
Nope.
They're not. This is now the Patriots have gotten theirs. It's their turn to go through a 10 to 14 year process where they just aren't good, and then maybe by the time I'm dead, they'll be good again.
No.
We'll see.
As long as number 12's not there,
again,
they're done.
Tavai doesn't get another chance, in my opinion. He's been just that bad. Tim Boyle, maybe he makes a practice squad. Maybe there's a future for him somewhere else. Maybe back in Green Bay on the practice squad. I don't know. I don't care. It's a backup quarterback. Lions aren't in a position where they're playing winning football where having a backup is important. That's just my 2 cents. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. First show of the week. Lions playing Friday. Obviously, we got a lot to look forward to this week. Thank you for joining us on YouTube, on Twitter, and of course on the Woodward Sports app, whether you were tuning in on Android or on Apple. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, we aren't live on Facebook anymore. I've seen a lot of comments in the YouTube chat, at least, saying the transition has been a little difficult, but give it the week. You will transition just fine. Let us know if there's anything we can help with. And again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great Monday.